Hi everyone, this is NUSensei. As you can see, today we're talking about the idea of using the bowstring as a strangling weapon. Now, this is quite bizarre to me because I've never actually seen this done. But in producing my archery pop shots video on Tomb Raider, well, guess where people got the idea from? It's Tomb Raider. So in Tomb Raider, Lara Croft has a stealth kill move, at least in the very beginning of the game, where she uses her makeshift bow to strangle the mercenaries in the game. And this has been passed on in popular culture and popular imagination, making a lot of people think that this is a viable technique when using a bow in close quarters. If you don't believe me, take a look at Grim's Bows in Melee video, where the comment section is full of people suggesting that this could be done. But could it? Firstly, let's clarify choking and strangling. A chokehold cuts off the airway, whereas a stranglehold cuts off the blood flow. With a choke, as long as the victim has breath in their lungs, they can still continue to function and fight back, which may take a minute or more. For a stranglehold, you will pass out after several seconds and possibly die if held for longer. So obviously, if an action hero wants to take out a sentry in the quickest possible way, stealthily, then a stranglehold is better. And the most basic stranglehold is basically, imagine this is a person and their neck, you put their arm around their neck and simply squeeze the elbow and the arm together, and that basically cuts off the blood flow. Assuming they don't fight back, you can take someone out, at least in an action game, action hero scenario. It's not that hard to do on an unsuspecting foe. If that is the case though, why would you need a bow? The problem with using a bow for this function is that you're using the bowstring while it is strung on the bow, and well, if you do that, you have to get the bow around the person, which is already harder than it seems because the person has arms and possibly weapons. You have to sneak up to them, get the bow around their neck, and then somehow push the bow towards you. See, this doesn't make sense to me because, well, the string is kind of elastic, right? You can't really get this around the vessels on the neck because, well, you can't. You have to push in super tight for it to actually be done. It could be possible to choke some with this by crushing the larynx, but otherwise, this doesn't seem like a very good idea. There is no situation where this would really work. You can try. I mean, again, I can try to wrap this around the box and then push in as hard as I can, but you know, you're putting a lot of extra force to get this to work, and this is assuming a non-resisting opponent here, right? I can't see this working. I mean, if anything, all the victim has to do is basically grab the bow and just knock it away. The only way a bowstring could be used as a strangling tool is if the bowstring was taken off the bow, in which case it makes sense. It's basically a makeshift garrote wire, so you can wrap it around their throat and strangle them until they pass out. That makes a lot more sense. The only explanation as to why this might even be used in action movies is because it has that cool factor. It looks good because you're having to use an improvised weapon in an improvised way, and you have the whole struggle thing where you get around their neck, you go, and then they fall down, and then you sneak away. That's the sort of thing which is a good sequence for a game or a movie. Outside of that, there's just no reason to use this to strangle someone. It is actually really hard to do so. So, in short, there's no real validity in this trope. It is purely a game or action movie thing, and would have zero application in real life. Anyway, this is NUSensei. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.